Yeah, you got it right.
Did you practice it?
I did not practice.
Nah, you got it right.
You want to start, Mark?
Yeah, I mean, you're coming off one of your better games. How do you feel like you made progress last week?
Like, how do I feel I made?
Yeah, like what did you do to make that kind of progress, and how do you feel like your game's coming around?
I feel like just making my practice habits better because practice habits equals game time performance. So, like, I would just take practice throughout the week more seriously and make sure try to attack every rep and make every rep count.
What did you think of Ventrell last week?
Whew. Ventura, he was flying all over the field, but like that's how I've always known Ventura. Like to me, I feel like he's one of the better linebackers in college football. I've always felt like him though, like that since I've gotten here.
That was next level for him, though, wasn't it?
Hmm.
What was he like? I mean, could you just look at him and see in his eyes his level of focus and energy?
I mean, throughout the week, he was very like he's always been a leader, but throughout the week, he was like he's always been vocal, but he was way more vocal this week, and he was just like very energetic throughout the whole week. Like right now, if you try to talk to him, he doesn't have a voice. Like he can't talk right now, like for real. Like so, yeah, he's a great leader on the when it comes to like just leading the team. So when he leads, it just shows why he's a leader on the field.
You guys got to the quarterback a lot in the second half, particularly fourth quarter. What changed for you guys, and what does that mean going forward to have that kind of pass rush?
Um, I don't I don't know if anything changed. I just feel like we just started to make plays in the second half. But what was the second part?
Just that pass rush going forward, how important is it going to be for you guys to continue to generate that?
I feel like it's going to be very important, because sacks really help during games. But yeah, I feel like our pass rush is going to be really important. We got to work on that throughout the week and take every rep and make every rep of pass rush count. But yeah.
Could you speak to the challenge of preparing for a team with a first-year head coach? Because everyone's done that against you guys this year, but this will be the first time you guys are doing it.
Other than like the film that I watched yesterday, it was just film from this season. But other than that, we haven't really. We look at it tomorrow, so I just think like PT. When we watch film of teams, they dig really deep. Like one team had a new offensive coordinator, and they was going back to like when he was at 3 schools ago and things like that. So yeah, I know PT gonna do some digging to figure out a game plan.
It was a tough day at LSU for the defense last year against the run. Where have you guys improved there?
I think our defense now is really like stop the run and then pass because we really emphasize like versus LSU we were struggling against the counter play, and we really emphasized like being tight against the tackles and mashing the tackles down. So and spilling the pullers and boxing pullers.
What's been different about you guys in the red zone defensively, you think, as opposed to the whole field?
I feel like the scheme. I feel like just the way PT draws it up and the personnel that we put in there, everybody that we put in there has a different skill set to. Like I'm not even in like goal line plays, but everybody in there that is in there has a certain skill set to help us out in that area.
You guys are 4-2, and when you look back, there's a handful of plays that could have been made. You could be 6-0. What?
Yeah.
Do you guys talk about that, and then what do you say to each other when you think about it?
We talk about it amongst like teammates and things, and it's like a hard pill to swallow. But we just realize how small mistakes can just be big differences, and we just realize that whenever we like upcoming games, we just have to be better and stop making so many mistakes because the 2 games that we did lose, it wasn't just like I feel like we beat ourselves more than the other team beat us.
Go back to practice habits. You talked about that earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Does overcoming these little mistakes go back to practice habits?
It does. I feel like these past few weeks as a team, I feel like we've been practicing harder as a team. So yeah, I feel practice habits do 100% go into the game.
What's the level of frustration when teams convert on 3rd and long?
It's very high. You know, that's an area that I feel like we got to emphasize getting better on this week because last week we had too many instances where we had them in 3rd and 10 and longer, and they converted. So, and that's a big thing that helps you win a lot of games. You got to get off the field on 3rd down. So, this week we got to really focus on getting better on that.
Coach is saying about that, and how do they react to that?
No, yeah, of course they're not happy about that. They just tell us we got to get off the field on 3rd down, and it's not like people aren't there. It's just we also have to work tackling. We also have to work on tackling.
The common issue on the 3rd and longs that allowed those conversions? Like, what was it that you saw that was common between those plays?
I feel like on two of the ones that I've seen that I can remember, it was an open field tackle that could be made, but the other ones I can't recall. But yeah.
Leverage, is that happening too, where guys aren't like getting it flowing to the right part of the defense? You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, but like whenever the ball gets past the like the front 7, I don't know too much about that.
You didn't play against LSU 2 years ago here, but you had a pretty good view. What do you remember of that game?
I remember us. I just remember that we weren't doing good. Like we weren't playing good enough defensively because they scored like 45 points. So it was like we just had a really bad. Even though we still could have won, we played a very bad defensive game.
I'm sure you've been asked this 1,000 times, but I don't know the answer. What is the origin of your name, Princely?
Nigerian.
Nigerian, but Princely as royalty?
I don't know. My dad just did that. I have 4 brothers. My big brother's name is Prince. I'm Prince Lee. My little brother's name is Prince Will, and the last one is Princeton.
Prince Will?
Yeah.
You might like Prince.
Huh?
What was your sort of response whenever there's a depth chart change, right? Either players pout or they said, man, I'm getting my spot back. What was your, week before you earned that starting job back?
I like that question. Nah, I was just focused, My coach, he talked to me. He pulled me into his office. And he talked to me. He it's not like he just did it. It was for a reason, And after that week and beyond, I changed my practice habits and came to practice, ready to work and on my A game. So and that has shown throughout the past 2 weeks in the game.
Peterson?
Nah, Coach Spencer. Yeah.
Is that cool that they addressed it versus just, you see it and you have to make your own assumptions? Is it nice that you get that direct face-to-face?
I like how he just pulled me to his office and told me, it left a small little bitter taste in my mouth, but what I'm saying, like, it is what it is, I have to make the decision to, go hard and change the circumstances for myself.
What did you hear from him after, obviously 3 TFLs this week?
He was telling me, he said, I told you what happens when you practice better. He was just like, because it's not like sometimes I would just go to practice and just be, not like now I practice like I'm playing the game, like it's not practice. You gotta, because you practicing for the game. So I practice like I'm playing the game. And he was just telling me, I told you that's what happens. And he feels like if I keep doing that, I can keep progressing.
Video of you wiping out the coach?
Yeah, I did see that. I did see that.
Think you're gonna have to calm it down or make him calm it down next time?
He keeps talking to me about it, but he almost knocked me down too. I don't know if y'all saw it, but I fell backwards too. But I probably got to jump to the side next time because I gave him my chest like that and he fell over.
I like those Marvel superhero collisions, man. What's your age?
I'm 20.
Is Princeton really that little?
Nah, Princeton is in 8th grade. He's just the youngest. Yeah.
You guys are facing a very mobile quarterback this week. What do you have to do off the edge to be successful against a guy like that?
I feel like get off is a big is like the biggest thing in a quarterback like that because you have to get there fast. But also I feel like his first intention is not to throw, like he wants to be a quarterback, but he gets out there once he sees something. So I feel like just get off is like a main factor in that to get to him.
Have you felt like you guys have done a good enough job, or how would you evaluate your contain abilities so far against mobile quarterbacks?
So when we played Utah, I know what other mobile quarterbacks? Hooker. So when we played Utah and Tennessee, I know versus Utah, there was a play where I rushed out the edge and he seeped through the B gap, and I just know if I would have got off the ball faster, I probably would have won that rep and got there. But just play, and there was another play where I bull rushed, but instead of staying keeping my outside arm free, I bull rushed with two hands and he ran outside of me. So it's just small things like that that have to be corrected. Like and versus Tennessee, it was a play where I did an inside move and he ran outside. So it's just small. It's just small issues like that that need to be corrected when rushing mobile quarterbacks.